she wasn't by me? I don't know what I would do, baby. What would I do if she wasn't by me?
What's happening, man? It's regular guy Ant here to pour some water on y'all on this beautiful Sunday. What I'm finding myself running across a lot as I begin this journey is a lot of people are unable to identify exactly what they want out of a relationship. Okay, and that's extremely troubling because if you're unable to identify what you actually want, it makes it hard for you to identify what you actually bring to the table, and it makes it impossible for you to understand what you need from a partner. Okay, I like to look at relationships as a puzzle. All right, you have all of these different pieces that have to fit perfectly with the pieces next to them and in their specific spot in order to display this image that's trying to be displayed. Okay, so let's keep it simple, man. You have a 100-piece puzzle. Your image is specific to you because you are the one that comes up with what you want out of a relationship. Okay, once you come up with what you want out of a relationship, then you go looking for somebody who wants the same. All right, so you got these 100 pieces, you got your image first, and you understand what you want. Now you start going through, okay, out of all of this here on this image, I have this, and you continue to do that until you are unable to identify anything else on this image that you actually bring. Okay, and let's just say out of the 100 pieces, you bring 63 to the table. All right, well, now you understand and you're able to identify the 37 pieces that you need someone else to bring. Okay, I make this amount of money, I can cook, I can do this, I need somebody who can do laundry, who knows how to keep a clean house, who is able to do a little side hustle to bring in a little extra that we need here on the financial side, so on and so forth. And you start looking for that person with those qualities, man, with those puzzle pieces. Okay, the problem is a lot of people only care to be 100% in the financial aspect. Okay, and that's what you get in that situation is you're doubling up pieces. You're saying, okay, I got 63 pieces, and then you're looking for anyone else with 37 pieces. Well, if she has 37 pieces, but 10 of the pieces is the same pieces that you have, well, then you're still missing 10 pieces to complete this image. And this is where you go wrong with a lot of relationships. Because I'm going to work to get this, she's going to work to get this. We both coming home. We both tired from work, but none of us want to cook. We're tired from work, but look, I'm out of work clothes. I need some work clothes. We don't want to do the laundry. We both tired. Nobody want to help the kid with the homework because we both tired. We deferring it to the next partner. And so in that situation, that's when you have people that come to the table with the same exact pieces, and that's just not going to cut it. All right. You have to identify the pieces you need in order for this to be complete. And you have to search for someone with those qualities. Now, if they come with extra, if she has those 37 pieces plus another 7, she comes with 40 pieces, and so y'all are in abundance because you know how to cook and she knows how to cook. You make money and she makes money, but she's also able to fill in the other 37 pieces that you need. Well, then at that point, you have a complete picture. Okay, and so it's important for you to understand the full image of what you want before you even begin looking for a partner. Okay, see, if you're not able to do that, you end up with a relationship like mine where we just figure it out as we go, and we end up bumping heads. Okay, we end up trying to fit pieces in there that ain't even for this puzzle. You see what I'm saying? It's important for you to identify the entire picture because we all know anybody who's solved the puzzle before, who's bought a puzzle, how we start that puzzle. We start from the outside. Okay, we go find all of those little pieces with the edge, and we know that this is somewhere on the outside. We find our corners, the edge pieces, boom, 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 and then we begin to fill in the puzzle. You understand me? That's the quickest way to actually complete a puzzle. You know, you can obviously do it the way we've done it, but we see how long it took. We see how long it took for me and my wife to actually, you know, begin the phase where we actually are loving the relationship we in. That's because we started the puzzle from the middle. We didn't even know what puzzle we was building at first. We just came like, I got these pieces, you know. Here, cut the edge off your piece so it fit this piece. That shit don't work, man. It's also important that you understand that certain pieces of this puzzle are exclusive to you. Okay, um, you know, the pieces that represent you on this image, those are pieces you have to come to the table with. The only piece of you that your partner has is they have a duplicate piece of your left hand. Okay, the piece they have has a ring. All right, you have a piece with no ring. They have a piece with a ring. You know, in the future, they'll give you that piece to put on this image. Okay. Other than that, you have to make sure that you're 100% present on this image on your own. Okay. If you went through a bad breakup a year ago and you ain't healed from that heartbreak, well, you got to get that healing first, you know, to make sure that you attain that peace to put where your heart goes. Childhood traumas, you know, might grown up without a parent or in a foster system, or, you know, grown up around violence, or, you know, your parents might have went through a bad breakup, a divorce. You know, these are traumas that you have to seek counseling for before you know, come to another relationship. Before you can be present, you have to make sure you have that 100% closure. There is nothing that your partner can do about a past trauma. Okay, there's absolutely nothing. You have to take care of that before you begin this relationship. You know, because if you have an image that comes from your mind and you're not 100% present on that image is fucked. Okay. Um, Story time, man. As it relates to my relationship, man, I grew up in a household that didn't show a lot of love. All right. Um, we knew we loved each other, you know, but as far as hugs and kisses and I love yous and I care about yous and I'm proud of yous, those didn't go around a lot. Okay. As a result, fast forward to me being an adult and having my own relationship, it's not something I brought to the table. I didn't see it. I didn't see how love was supposed to be shown. Okay. You know, so I took my job of provide and protect to the max. Like, boom, you know, I provided money for the rent, the bills, car note, all of that. I take care of that, you know, protect, you know. So I done ran up on several behind this woman. Several. You understand me? So my job done, man. I provided and protected, you know. I didn't understand that, you know, she needed me to tell her that she was beautiful. She needed to hear out the blue that I loved her and that I'm in love with her. She needed flowers brought to her every now and then. I didn't understand none of this because it's not the shit that I saw. You see what I'm saying? And so as a result, it took a toll on her because there's a lot of times in our relationship where she didn't know how I felt about her. You know, I loved her the entire time, but because I wasn't showing it, especially not showing it the way that she saw as a kid, you know, growing up with both parents who loved each other up until a certain point, you know, she didn't know what to think of it. Okay. Be times where she laying right next to me crying, you know, talking about she feel alone in this relationship. And I'm looking at her like, how the fuck you feel alone laying right next to a motherfucker, you know? And it's because I wasn't present emotionally, you know, and I didn't display the type of love that she saw growing up, you know? And so, you know, yeah, it takes a toll. It takes a toll on your partner, man. When you don't come to the image complete, you don't come to the image 100% whole, okay? And on her side, there's a lot of things she saw as a child with her parents' relationship. You know, her parents were divorced when she was like 14. And as she says it, you know, right before the divorce, they had a lot of fights. And she says that the divorce only came after her mother started speaking up for herself. So obviously, you know, if you're a young lady and you're seeing your father boss your mother around, and you know, and how it's taking a toll on your mother, and you see that, you know, when your mother starts speaking up for herself, you know, a divorce comes. well, that lets you know that you're going to speak up for yourself from the get-go. That way it doesn't even have to be a change. Okay. And as a result of that, there was times where I couldn't tell my wife anything. As soon as I say, hey, do this instead of this, it's met with a I know, I got this. You don't need to tell me that. It's just constant. Anybody. She'd call her grandmother would tell her all these things, and she'd listen. Anybody else tell her all these things and she'd listen. When it comes to me, it's met with hostility. It's met with an immediate rebuttal. And and so obviously that took a toll on our relationship. It made me feel like, damn, I'm not even a, can I say anything? You know, can I say anything as a man of this house? That's what it made me feel like. And so, like I say, you got to make sure you're 100% whole with this image, man. It takes an effect on your partner. It takes a toll on them. Man, track relatable to this. Just sticking with the premise of the puzzle, man. I'm gonna say it's one of my favorite songs too, man. EB, Eric Bellinger, One Thing Missing. Okay, there's a point in the song where he's like, "I've been stacking bread in my credit right. Got a lot of things trying to swing by, but I'm unfulfilled every single time." Okay. And what he's saying basically is that he's put together all of these things in his life, but he's still missing these puzzle pieces. The one thing he's missing is that person that he needs to fill, you know, these puzzle pieces. He's done everything he could do to make sure that his puzzle had every piece in 100% fulfillment from his end. You know, it's a beautiful song. So listen to that song and then think about what's missing in your life, in your relationship, and just vibe out. Beautiful song. Okay.